I received these Visconti Sforza cards from Il Meneghello on February the 18th. Looking through the camera at them on my tablet here, they look reasonably pleasant, really. The tones of the colours are quite warm. They actually look quite nice. But if you actually see them in broad daylight, I mean, there's an artificial light above this, which actually enhances their appearance. If you actually see them in broad daylight, it's very, very obvious. If I bring that even closer than that, okay. The gold leaf. I mean, basically, these cards are just simply ordinary printer's ink. It doesn't matter how I turn and twist this card. You can see that there's no change whatsoever in the light coming off the gold leaf. The reason for that, very simply, is because it's just simply ordinary printer's ink. It's not gold, it's just a dark beige. If there's any sense at all of it actually being gold leaf, that's just a that's just a pictorial illusion. This, to say the least, for me, this was just very, very disappointing, because it's not at all what I was expecting. I mean, I could go through all of them. As I say, the tones are quite warm. In that sense, it's quite nice. But this is just, it really is just printer's ink. In fact, if I get a moment, I'll just put it alongside I can turn them any way you like. The only thing you see is the sheen on the surface of the card. Without meaning to be derogatory, I could have printed out pretty much exactly the same, with exactly the same quality, using my inkjet printer. If I had have had the right card, it would produce a quality card just as good as these. And as I say, that was extremely disappointing. Let me just show you what I mean here about the book and the card. I can twist and turn the book, I can twist and turn the card. There's really no difference whatsoever between those two images. If this was the same price as the US Games cards, which I believe I've not actually seen them actually. On videos, they appear to be just printer's ink. I may be wrong about that, but these ones are definitely just printer's ink. And whereas the US Games cards are something like £48, British pounds, these Il Meneghello, including the postage and packaging, I paid £120 for these. And the reason I paid for them is because of having seen lots of videos where the cards, quite clearly, the gold leaf is actually an attempt at reproducing some sort of sense of what gold leaf looks like. All the other videos that I've looked at, the gold actually shimmers. It's obviously been printed with a metallic effect, ink of some sort, and the same goes for the silver foil as well. I mean, I've studied those videos over and over again before putting my order in, and also after I received it, just to make sure I hadn't, got hold of the wrong end of the stick. And it's definitely not the case. I will put the links below on this video, just to make it absolutely clear that this is a really huge drop-off in quality, which wasn't flagged up to me in any way before I placed the order, and I was extremely disappointed when I got the cards. By the way, having got the cards after having had to wait 6 months before I actually got the order delivered. I did put that down to COVID, but not this. This has got nothing to do with COVID. It may be that it may have been an informed, maybe the producers felt that they could get more detail on this way, possibly. Whatever. The fact is that this is just a scan printed onto some card, and there's no way that it justifies the price that they're charging. This is not a high quality product, a luxurious item, which is what we all have come to think of as what to expect from Il Meneghello. I don't know who decided to produce these cards like this and hold the price, but it's, in my opinion, it's a very serious mistake. When I used to run a garden design business, and when you are producing a quality product, your business depends upon your reputation. And so the reason I've put this up, as I say, I have actually asked for a refund. Well, either send me the cards that have got the proper textures and the quality that I was expecting, or give me a refund. But I don't want the refund. I want the cards. I want the quality cards, the high quality cards, the ones that are a joy to look at. These are pleasant to look at. The information's there. I mean, I would be quite happy if I'd simply paid, less than 50 quid, the same as the US Games version. I would have been happy with that. But at the price that I paid, and that Il Meneghello charged for this deck, this is not acceptable. And it's very, very disappointing. As I say, another one where you can really see it is on these pip cards. When other video producers have turned the cards like that, the gold, the gold on this on the ends of the staffs and the banners, it really, really shines out. It picks up the light. This obviously doesn't. The only thing that picks up the light here is the sheen on the surface of the card. It's very disappointing. Also, I get the impression from looking at some of those videos that the actual ordinary colours don't seem to be as vibrant either, especially on the blues. It's possible that that's just a trick of the camera, but it does look to me. I don't think so, because people actually remark on how deep the blues are. I don't see anything greatly impressive. I'll just show you two of the cards that are normally stand out as being noticeable on the blues. Maybe it'll look okay on the maybe it will look okay on the camera. I'll just show you two of the blues. Maybe they don't look too bad through the camera, perhaps, but if you look at this one here, this is the star card. You can barely even see the star. You have to look closely to actually see the star. Obviously the star is there. It is so indistinct on this printing because there is no shine. There is no metallic shine on the ink that it's been printed with, that you can barely even pick it out from its background. I know that that's also the case when the background is also gold. I mean, I do realise that, but there, it's just barely visible, and that's a pity. Having said that, the pictures are still nice, and the tones, the honey-coloured tones, are actually very pleasant. I just wish I hadn't paid. I just don't think it's right to be charging that kind of amount of money for a card which is basically just printer's ink. So I think Il Meneghello need to rethink this one out, actually, in order to preserve their reputation.